morning, good morning. Happy Monday to everyone near and far. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. So excited to join here as every Monday. Juan Camilo, so good to have you. Buenos dias, mi cielo. Such a beautiful morning. I don't know how you started your week, but definitely I'm encouraging every single one to start in the way that feels right to you. Thank you for being here. Marta, mi amor. I actually want to know if the music is too high or is it okay? Can somebody just give me thumbs up if you can still hear my voice and the music, or should I lower the music? I love you too, my amor. Can you just tell me if you can hear the voice and the music? That's very important to me. Okay, I think it's good. Vicky, thank you so much for being here. So as every Monday that I have decided to show up, I think for now 4 Mondays. And I must confess, I'm really showing up for myself. And in doing so, I lift many of you up. I'm going to lower down the music. Thank you so much for telling me that, Martha. Okay, I'm going to lower that. Thank you for the feedback. As I start today and how this project started, this title of this live is called Profound Connections. And when we have these profound connections, we must start within us. And when I say must, I still feel that it's heavy. As an NLP practitioner, I'm very cautious with the words I say and how I invite you to come into spirit and to live in a conscious way. I just want to invite you to open up in oneness. And in doing so, everything will flow, as we say in Access Consciousness, with the teachings of my sister Marta, with ease, joy, and glory. Today, before coming to this live and why I entitled it Profound Connections, I really didn't think about it. I was in a state of meditation and I just prayed about it. What is it that I need to share with the audience? How could I be of service? How could I be used as a vessel of love to connect with my audience? Whether it's 5 people here, thank you, Rachida, for being here, and all of you. Whether 2 hear it later, or it's just 1, as I always will say, 1 is a million. I'm showing up for myself, and in doing so, showing up for each one of you, or those people that will hear this later. If you feel that this is of your highest good, or you feel someone in your spirit at this point that need to hear a message of how to connect with themselves, please share. Share from a place of love. Share from a place that you're just not even knowing what is going to be said here, but you feel that person. So that first point of connectivity, to have these profound connections, is that you're able to honor exactly how you feel at that present moment, as we also say with my loving sister, in these 3 seconds. What are you feeling in these 3 seconds? And I'm just called upon to start this live in a sort of manifestation, prayer, gratitude, so that this day that you have decided to be here, that you have decided to hear these words, profound connection, that we just hold a minute of silence and know that all that you are thinking to connect with others to make you whole is no longer needed, that your heart is the number 1 frequency that you need to connect with to be able to do God's work on earth, to be able to be a source of light to others. It is in this precise moment that you are here in this live, connected to your heart, showing up for yourself, opening a space of love for you and those around you. I, at this moment, hold you in the most uplifting light to tell you that all those connections that you're looking outside start within. And while we have heard multiple times this plea, the books, the affirmations, all these things, until we live them and we let go of what that looks like, we totally let go of what that looks like, and we just stand in oneness and feel the feeling. And that first emotion, that first feeling that comes out, regardless if it was on your agenda to speak about, you speak your truth. that moment where you let go of form, where you just let Source speak through you, where you let every heartbeat feel profoundly, and knowing that you're giving it without wanting to receive anything in return but the well-being of those around you, that is the moment I encourage you to live for. How I start with these titles, how do I come up with titles for workshops, is just out of prayer. In fact, I want to share with you, thank you for all that are joining, I want to encourage you to look at your process of awakening like a process of connectivity. And in that process, we are meeting different people, different vibrations, different essence that allow us to feel connected or not. And yes, our hurts and pains leave deeply wounds that sometimes we believe that are not letting us connect us to whatever we are going through, to liberate and really be present, to do what we've been born to do. So at this time, I want you to let go of any form, point of view, expectation of what that path looks like for you. When you surrender, in fact, this morning I belong to a book club in Spain with my dearest spiritual teacher, Mila, and I'm in the process of writing a book. And whether it's a book, whether it's something that you are trying to build, whether you're trying to find your truth, when you feel the need to put yourself in that pressure that I need to come up with a title, I don't really know how to say this message, and you just let go and let God. To this day, I've had a couple of sessions of coaching with this teacher of mine. I don't even know the title of the book. I don't even know what I'm going to write about. I want to stop believing that I need to have an index. I need to have a bibliography card with bullet points to let me know what is chapter 1, what is chapter 2. Is my audience going to connect to my book? Is what I'm saying relevant just to me or to others? The fact that you are thinking and feeling it, the fact that you are thinking and feeling it, it is because it is due to be written there. When you let go of how it's written, if the spelling is right, if it's the right vibration, everything flows beautifully. So what I encourage you to do, whether it's a meeting that you have to lead, whether it's an entrepreneurship project, whether it is a deep conversation that you have to have with your loved one, when you actually set the tone of how you feel and bring in a moment of peace, love, and grace, whatever that looks like for you. I am blessed to have the ocean, and I already did all my practices, but if I didn't, you must look at this desk. If there's an angel, there's a heart, there is an incense, there is a quartz. I'm really connected to the ocean, so now I'm into shells. It's just the little things. Do you need to be dependent on those to connect? No, because you got one thing, you got your heart. And your heart is there to lead you in the right direction. So when these emotions are coming higher than what you think you can handle, just sit in prayer and solitude. Take that deep breath and let Source work through you so that you can come up to surface in the most vulnerable place where your frequency shines, where you guys can feel me despite of time and space. I appreciate your feedbacks, your loves, your hearts. And Jacqueline, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. Kelly, Aura, everyone here, I appreciate your presence. At this point, I want you to just remember that in order for us to be connected with others, we just need to stay in tune with the frequency that we are feeling. And it's okay if you're not in that connective mood all the time. In fact, it happens to me often because as you awaken into the spiritual realm, into this life of consciousness, your spirit calls upon to be more in silent. And in fact, sometimes, of course, we live in a community, and like yesterday, I went on a tour and there were a lot of people. And in those moments that I felt like I needed to isolate, doesn't mean necessarily that you can actually take yourself and walk away. Sometimes we can't because we live in a society, but I'm able at this point to tune out and tune in with myself. And this is what I want. I invite all of you to live for, that you can actually tune in with you regardless of anything that is happening to you. So some deep connections that you feel within yourself, know that they are there for a reason. So a couple of points that are bullet points, tools that I can share with you is really be mindful of how you start your day. That is the key component of really allowing these profound connections to evolve in a flawless way with those around you, starting with yourself. We all have that device, that cell phone, that are, Martha says, be you, absolutely. We have a cell phone, and it's just an immediate reaction that we just, grab it first thing. Let me just look at the time and just 2 seconds, see if anybody WhatsApp me through the night. I challenge you to, even if it's 3 minutes, in fact, even if it's a minute of gratitude, that you can stay in a namaste position, or your hands in your heart, or just sitting up or laying down facing source, and just say thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for what is meant for me to live today. Thank you for allowing me to feel my heartbeat today. And use me. Then your manifestations and prayers start. After you do your gratitude, then use me as a vessel of love to those around you. Create before you consume. Absolutely. Kelly, thank you for sharing that. Look at that. Create before you consume. And then once you absolutely honor your body, your spirit, whatever your practice is, of course, I'm going to recommend meditation, whatever that looks like. And Val, I cannot connect because I have so many thoughts. Allow these thoughts to flow and just see them pass by, just like I see here the ocean waves, and like I see the sailboats and the boats just swinging by. Let that image go and stay back to your breath, to be able to connect and hear your heartbeat and hear the breath. We give for granted that this breath is there, but my loves, it's not. In fact, so many people have gone before us. And those people that have had a life-death experience and come back. And I want to say that I can share some emotions about that. To be able to feel that you're between worlds and not knowing that you're going to come back, and then source, whatever that is to you, gives you that opportunity. You don't need to wait for those experiences. The connection starts now. And on this day, I just want to bless you and thank you for showing up, for coming to this live. Again, if this is of service to you, or you think someone will be inspired by the words that were gifted to me, by the frequency that we are building, please share away. And may this day be the day that you were waiting for, to feel the boost in your heart, to be able to know that everything is possible as long as you connect with your heart and everyone around you. When I say everyone, even those that you don't know, I invite you to continue to build these connections, to challenge yourself to connect with those that you don't know. In my coaching practice, I do a lot of these exercises with my clients where we look at these exercises and take them out to the field, to live, to be able to, in fact, in Speak, Connect, and Grow from the Heart that we started this Saturday, our signature workshop, to be able to open your heart, to be able to speak your truth. We have challenged them to speak about a childhood memory that they shared at our workshop with a stranger. In fact, another client that is actually here on this live, we actually tapped into that there was a need to do some sort of service work, and I was called upon to share with her that it doesn't have to be through a nonprofit, to just go out in the street and connect with people's eyes. The eyes are the instrument also of the heart. When you can stand still and look at the soul of a human being, just by allowing the space, just by allowing that frequency that you all can feel at this point. I know you can. It is unbelievable how much you actually receive the blessings of those that you think you were there to serve. So at this point, I just want to close this live because I have promised to stay within the 15-minute mark, to be able to let you go, to be able to go live your own truth, to be able to connect with yourself before you go out and about and do what you are meant to do. And if that is staying in bed a little longer, amen. If that is being inspired and sitting on a mat, sitting on the floor, sitting on the sand, whatever it is, do it. I call upon all beings of light to wrap you up in prayer, to wrap you up in light so that you can feel all that I'm talking about. This is my biggest blessing, my biggest truth that I share with you with open arms. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you. Osama.